K-pop study session week 4, 4/13/2025. Table of contents, basic sentence structure, batchim, particles, and introducing ATEEZ members. ATEEZ work pronunciation video. Basic sentence structure. Unlike English, Korean word order is subject, object, verb. Korean word order is also quite flexible, and the verb is the most crucial element. Example, in English, Han-jung plays the piano. In Korean, that would be Han-jung-ga, piano Liu, choeyo. The verb always comes at the end of the sentence. You can change the order of the subject and the object, but never the verb. Batchim. Batchim refers to the final consonant in a syllable block, which is placed at the bottom of the syllable block. Batchim literally means to support, as it appears to support from below. Examples of batchim and kiu, and the double consonant k. They are all different, but when it comes to pronouncing them, they all sound like k. In terms of batchim, for example, the hangul in the bottom left hand of the screen are all examples of batchim. The hangul circled in yellow is the one that will be pronounced as K. The first hangul is chup. The K sound is basically silent. The next one would be pronounced as puak, and the last one is pa. And you pronounce the K quickly. Even though there are a lot of consonants in Korean, in terms of batchim, there are only 7 ways of pronouncing it. Examples of batchim. The pronunciation for nian stays the same. For example, in the word sun. More examples of batchim. We have consonants tigut, tiu, shiut, double S, jiut, chiut, and hiu. They are all different, but they all make the T sound in terms of batchim. Down in the lower left-hand corner are more examples of batchim. All of the consonants circled in yellow will have the T sound. Our first example of the hangul is kut. You pronounce the T quickly using your tongue between your teeth. Then we have meet and out, kat, and hyut. Now we have the consonant real, and it makes the L sound. For example, with sal. Now we have the consonant mium. In batchim, it is always pronounced with M. In the lower left-hand corner, you have the hangul for pum. Now we have consonants piup and piu. They both make the P sound when in batchim. We have the hangul for jip and yap. And we have the consonant yang. The pronunciation stays the same, but make the NG sound. For example, in the right corner, we have kang. Now moving on to particles. Our particles change based on batchim. In Korean, the choice between un, nun, I, ga, ul, and ril depends on whether the word ends with a consonant or a vowel. This rule makes sentences flow more smoothly and sound more natural. Based on the chart in the right-hand side of your screen, the chart on the right-hand side will help you decide which one you can use.
So I've been learning how to use them in sentences, and someone made a funny video about if you use them incorrectly, like say you use a consonant ending instead of a vowel ending on a vowel verb and or a topic, and it makes it sound like you're just speaking really weird. Like I don't know, an example would be like I are going to the store. It'd be really funny. Yeah.
So basically you sound like Yoda.
Yeah, but not in a cool way. Like, you just sound weird.
Particles based on batchim, example with vowels. The hangul on the left is namu, which means tree, and it ends with u, which is a vowel, so for your topic marker, you would use nun. so 나무는. For your subject, you would use 가, so 나무가. And then for your object, you would use real, which would be 나무 real. This is particles based on batchim, example with consonant. We have the Hangul soup, which is forest. It ends with a consonant, so we would use batchim. So the topic marker would be un, but with batchim, it would become supun. The subject marker would be e, but with batchim, it would become supi. And with object marker, it would be ul, so it would become pul. So supun, supi, and supul. Basic types of particle. Here we have topic markers, un and nun. These markers show what the sentence is about or sets the topic of the conversation. For example, if the question, what is he doing, is asked, it shows that we want to know what Sangwa is doing. In Korean, that becomes Sangwa는 노래예요. The topic marker got put on Sangwa. Basic markers, subject markers, e and ga. Subject markers show the subject of a sentence or highlights of something specific. It's often used to introduce new information or emphasize what is important in the sentence. For example, if the question, who is singing, is asked, as you can see, it's the same Korean sentence as before. The subject marker is being put on the word Sangwa to show that they are trying to convey that Sangwa is singing. The Korean sentence is Sangwa가 노래해요. Basic markers, object markers, ul and real. Object markers marks the object in a sentence, what the verb is acting on. Better understanding of object markers. As shown here, when using object markers, you would put them on the object, but you would still put the subject marker on the subject. For example, we have the subject marker ga and e, and the names Sangwa and San. And then we have the object markers real and ul, and the objects piano and lemon. Based on our chart from earlier, we know that for Sangwa, we would use ga because it ends in a vowel, and piano would become real. So the sentence would become Sangwa가 피아노를 좋아해요. And we know that san would end with e because it has a consonant ending. And lemon would end with ul. So that makes the sentence 산이 레몬을 먹이요. Now let's introduce the ATEEZ members. ATEEZ in Korean is ATEEZ. Our first member is Sun. And now we have Sunghwa. And now we have Wooyoung, Hongjoong. Now we have Yeosung, Mingi, Yoona. Last but not least, we have Jongho